With all the storms that we've had recently, it's a good time to learn a little bit about how our weather team tracks tornadoes on this week's edition of WeatherWise.
Meteorologist Jackson Chastain here with the latest edition of WeatherWise. Today we're talking a topic, it's not necessarily a weather concept per se, but what it is, it's a product that we actually use daily in our severe weather coverage. It's extremely useful for identifying rotation, any places of strong winds. What it's called is shear rate. And what it is it basically, it's the radar using this computer algorithm to calculate the rate of change of wind speeds. So how fast are wind speeds changing over a certain distance? And based on that, we can basically figure out, number one, how strong these winds are in this little area. And number two, if you see any kind of an S shape here, as you do in pretty much all three of these examples, what it's telling you there is that you're not only getting a strong change in wind speed, a rapid change in wind speed over a short distance, you're also getting a change in direction of those winds. And so when we're looking for a rotational couplet on the radar, we're looking for this very classic S shape. And with the strongest tornadoes, you're going to get that S shape. You're also going to get a very, very strong change in wind speed right here, marked by those reds and those yellows. It's a little bit different when it comes to straight line winds. We also use shear rate for that, and it's a little bit simpler for the simple reason that you're not looking for an S shape here. You're looking for basically a straight line. It can just look like this, any kind of a band or straight line. But if you're looking for strong winds, the strongest winds are going to have those reds and those yellows, because that's basically showing you that very, very rapidly you're getting a very high change in the amount of speed of that wind. So the wind speeds are picking up very, very quickly on that radar. The radar is detecting that, and the algorithm is basically displaying how quickly those wind speeds are changing. So when we're looking at straight line winds, that's kind of the thing we're looking at there. Another thing that you often see is this thing called a shear marker right here, and you might see it when we get a tornado, that forms, and it's a very, very useful feature. It's basically the system telling us that it's identified basically an area that it suspects a very strong rotational couplet or possibly a tornado could be, and we'll use that system to kind of give us a boost when it comes to identifying those tornadic storms. But this has been the latest edition of WeatherWise. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to post those to our Facebook, to our Twitter. You can send us an email, but otherwise, you guys have a great one.
WeatherWise is brought to you by Four County Electric Power Association.